Have you ever tried to share your work and your body completely freaked out? Maybe you wanted to post something online, a painting you made, a piece of writing, even showing someone something that you've been working on. And at the mere thought of it, your heart starts racing, your throat gets tighter, you start speeding up, feeling overwhelmed. Suddenly you're reaching for your phone or trying to convince yourself you really need to do the dishes. Anything to get away from that feeling. That is not weakness, and that is not you being dramatic. That is your nervous system doing exactly what it was built to do, and has decided somewhere along the way that sharing your gifts is dangerous. I know what that feels like. I lived it. I had created whole worlds in my writing, safe, beautiful worlds that I loved. My creative space was the safest place I knew, and for years that felt like enough. Until it wasn't. Until I knew I needed to get the work out into the world. And the moment I started taking steps, getting my first pages ready to share with an editor, an agent, or even with a family member, my whole body would start overreacting, shutting down, freezing. I'd find myself snacking, scrolling, doing anything to avoid the uncomfortable sensations that were screaming, danger, danger, danger. And I walked around for years knowing I had all of this inside of me, the creativity, the gifts, the things that I genuinely believed that God had placed inside of me. And on some level, I just kept thinking, nobody's going to want this. It's going to be embarrassing. People are going to think, why would you even spend your time on that? If any of this sounds familiar, you're not alone. And more importantly, there is a way through. Here's what's actually happening. Your nervous system is dysregulated. It has built up such a strong negative association with sharing, with being seen, with putting your work out there, that it now sees danger signs everywhere. You feel even a whisper of discomfort and your body throws up a stop sign. Your body is not against you. It's genuinely trying to keep you safe. The problem is what it has decided is dangerous. The sharing of your deepest gifts with the world. Hiding feels safe and sharing feels like a threat. So what we need to do is bring regulation into that place. We need to start moving you slowly, gently from dysregulation towards safety. Not through willpower, not through forcing yourself to post something whilst your hands are shaking, but by actually changing what your body believes is safe. That shift starts in the body itself. And the most powerful tool that you have is accessible to you right now. It's the one that you carry with you every single moment. Your breath. I want to tell you a personal story. Something that changed me forever. I used to believe that I didn't know how to breathe properly. I know it sounds silly, like my resting heart rate was 88. I felt like a little mouse running around on pure anxiety. And every time I tried to do breathing exercises, count in, hold, count out, I started panicking. Am I doing this right? Is this right? And it made everything worse. I went to one of my teachers at the time, someone I was training with in body-based work, and I said, I don't think I can breathe properly. The more I focus on it, the more mechanical it feels, and it almost brings up panic. And he said something so simple that it stopped me in my tracks. He said, your body knows how to breathe. Let it. That was it. That was the whole thing. Suddenly the pressure lifted. The trying to get it right was gone. Of course my body knows how to breathe. It's been doing it its whole life without me interfering. And the moment that I stopped trying to control it, something in me started to settle. Your body is a friend and your breath is a gift. And when you let those two things work together without judgment, without getting it right, it begins to regulate your nervous system. So here is where I want you to start this week. Not a complicated exercise, Not a technique that you need to perfect, just this: tune into your breath. Not to control it, just to listen to it. Notice when you're holding it. Notice when you're speeding up. If you feel that tight held feeling, the one that comes when you start thinking about sharing, try releasing your breath by exhaling all the way out. Then let your body do the rest. It will naturally take the next breath in. Sometimes we can get in the habit of shallow breathing because we just don't empty our lungs fully. So just try it once or twice and let your body show you that it knows what to do. Just this long exhale. It sounds small, but something in the nervous system responds to this pattern. Something settles. When your body starts to feel safer, the thoughts begin to soften. The stories start to shift from nobody wants this. It starts to loosen. The stop signs start to become smaller. And little by little, sharing begins to feel like something you may actually be able to do. This is not instant, but it is real. And involving your body helps your internal narrative begin to change. I have created a roadmap for you with 5 steps to start bringing regulation into your life, your creativity, and your work. It is practical, it is simple, and it's the same foundation I use with every creative I work with. And the link is in the description below. Download it and start there. I want you to know something before I go. Every hero's journey begins with the step into adventure. They leave the familiar world, the safe, known world, and cross over into something new. That is where we're headed. But before the adventure, before the threshold, we regulate. We come home to our bodies. We create a little more safety inside so the world outside feels a little less like a threat. Your gift is important. It is meant to be shared. That is why we do the deep work, so that you can step out of the shadows and into the light. Until next time, your body is your friend and your breath is a gift.